The game is started again. Have lots of fun, guys.
Thank you. We'll pop into it. Bye. Jump into game one, best of 3, NAVI against Tundra. And we'll see how this pans out. You know, Tundra with this kind of skirmishy lineup. They can go for kills on the map whenever they want to, while NAVI do kind of rely on these big, long cooldown ultis to get things going.
Yeah, the lasso, the roar, without these things, it's just the tiny tossing someone back into then what? Like a decrepify, the boar slow. It's not that easy for him to produce kills without the ultis. Whereas on the side of NAVI, you have the spear, you have Queen, you have Nyx. There's a lot of stuff that can happen without using ultis.
You're going to scout people out with the Nyx, hunt them down with the Queen of Pain. Lots of chasing there as well. And Tundra kind of good at setting up on a tower, or once they've got their items with the blink and agonyms on the Beastmaster, you can get on top of people for sure. I think a lot of people eyes on Parker. It's been a ride for him. I know this young lad. I've watched him since SADPC, rising up in the ranks alongside Pakaz and Parker, especially on heroes like Templar Assassin, really made a name for themselves. But I'm very curious to see if we're going to get 3-3, rein him in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see how he can do here. I mean, he is on an absolutely stellar team. They all have fantastic, impacts when you watch them play. So Parker definitely, with recent things, I think a lot of people are keeping an eye on this one, Gareth.
Oh, he's explosive in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Especially on a hero like TA. Get that farm going and just pop out.
A slightly late smoke coming out from Tundra, but I doubt that they're still looking for too much of a kill. Maybe they are going to wrap around up top, but as they draw the line, but we don't really see them grouping.
NAVI are ready and wait for Ari. Smoke breaks. He's not going to go wandering up the staircase. And Parker over on the other side, just waiting to see for that bottom rune.
Yeah, just holding advantageous positions. This Observer Ward is pretty nice, though, coming out from NAVI. Sees Ari pretty early.
Niku holding his point for now. Just throw a few stuns in onto Ari. Has a lot of damage out with the Fatal Bonds as well, as Riddies gets the 3-man bind. Get the first blood, kill off Ari, and a little bit of chip damage on BZM can also hurt in this mid lane.
Yeah, he thought he was hidden behind the tree, but the wards just barely had vision in between the trees where he was standing, so they had time to prepare for that. And decided to commit their spells. And of course, Warlock getting a charge early on that book. I mean, it's really nice. 200 bonus experience anytime you're involved in a kill is so much.
Already Whitemon and Parker using that early skirmish to get an advantage in the bottom lane, knowing that PMA is quite alone. And track back into the jungle to deal with him. Well, they keep tabs on that mid lane. Queen of Pain against Beastmaster. And BZM on this Beast, very, very powerful hero-player combination, and a hero in the mid lane that feels like he can get away with a lot.
Yeah.
Is Queen of Pain enough of an oppressive force to deal with him?
I would not want to play Queen of Pain into Beasts. Like, I feel like if I played Beastmaster versus my own Queen, my Beast would win. I think Beastmaster is very, very strong, and I'm a way better Queen player than I'm a Beast player.
He's dying here. One more hit from Whitemon could do the trick. Oh, that's not going to be enough, is it?
He's got boots.
Up and he's pretty quick on his feet. This Whitemon pug there with a blast. He gets it.
Chases him down, gets him in the end. Zayat does get the pull through, but not a beautiful connection on the creep waves for now. Needs to pull it onto the range creep. He's gonna, of course, deny quite a few creeps here that TA would like to have. So TA right now, nowhere to go other than start running behind the tower.
Yeah, already seeing that Beastmaster 5-4, 6-4, getting a slight lead, especially in the denies. Having that melee attack advantage over the co-op.
They, of course, blocked up the small camp, so Zayat doesn't need to go up there and body block. And Whitemon has queued up. He has some sentries on the way, well, back in base. It'll take a while to get them over here.
Courier's going to be stacked. Tons of items on it. And the third lane, we've not really looked up here. 33 already cutting wave. Fire flying that down and looking for a Courier snipe, which he'll successfully get. And this lane's going to be all shenanigans, it looks like, from Tundra. You don't want to lane head-on into this Abaddon and Warlock, so Tiny and Batrider are going to be manipulating the wave whenever they can.
Yeah, for sure. This is the only way for 33 to play this lane. You're not winning a straight-up laning against Abaddon and Warlock. It's not happening.
Well, I've pinged out Ari here. Boots Tiny should be able to gap the Warlock, especially with an Avalanche. 33 is quite low and with no tangos on him.
Oh, he does not have boots.
Rely on the Fairy Fires and
Firefly
wands.
Soon. He should be fine, actually.
Yeah, that Ring of Regen.
Yeah.
A little bit of tech, right? We had that interview with 33 back at Dream League where he was talking about starting item builds, people going for branches and circlets, going for this early fairy fire. Ring of Regen came up in talk as well, and especially now we've seen the Tranquil boots toggling.
Yeah, it's become very, very standard now to start doing the disassemble trick with Tranquil boots. It is really powerful to be able to stay on Tranquils as much as possible.
Well, should we bring back old Tranquils where it was activatable?
I like it more than the disassemble abuse because I mean, yes, it's skill expression, but I also feel it's kind of dirty in a way. Like, everyone can do it, but that doesn't mean that I like it more.
Do you know what we should bring back, actually? Is the old Axe build where he would go Tranquils, Arcanes. So you'd have the you'd buy Tranquils, disassemble, and then you have an energy booster, so you'd have double boots.
I mean, I'm down for old mana boots. I like the old mana boots, and then turn those into an Ether Lens, turn that Ether Lens into an Octarine. Now we're talking.
Or you turn it into a Bloodstone back in the day, right? The mid-storm, Arcane boots rush into the Bloodstone. But
Exactly.
those days, they've come and gone. They're just a distant memory now. Parker going to step up, refraction, and tons of regen keeps him very powerful in this lane. Like, his inventory means he is unkillable. Boots and a lot of burst regen.
He is unkillable, but the disruption they've done on this lane is tremendous. Like, he's the lowest CS right now. Yeah. He does have a few CS to claim on the lane, but the pull by Nyx earlier really messed with Parker's CS. They blocked up the small camp as well and keep body blocking stuff. So TA needs to get ahead. Hard. She's laning into 2 melee heroes and has a Pugna as +5. You're supposed to be dominating here, and so far, I think they're doing great on Navi handling this lane.
Today must be a dream for you. You know, come into a LAN event, you've had some Kez games, a TA game, I've had some Warlock games.
Yeah.
We're getting all of my favorite heroes today.
I've only played some 4,000 games of TA in my life. But yeah, she's sort of an old flame now. You know, they changed the Psyblades. I don't really like her anymore.
Leave her at the altar.
Well, it's a memory. Nah, I just miss the mid TA, you know. I don't like carry TA. I find it boring because it's not Psyblade dependent. That's what's the good stuff. Bring back the full damage Psyblades and nerf her in other regards.
Yeah, just get rid of refraction. Or rubbish.
Just take it away.
Take it away. Well, Riddy's already looking to scout out and contest stacks being made up there by the Tiny.
Ooh, got the juice.
Top lane has broken down completely, it looks like. Abaddon was like diving past tier 1.
Yeah, using his face boots early here to do some damage onto 33, who of course does have the locked Tranquils.
Fatal Bonds on a bunch of creeps, and the Shadow Word on him. Is BZM dead? No, he gets under tier 2, so it looks like he's
the catapult. Right. The catapult is killing him slowly.
Oh, you're right, he's ticking down, but no, he's okay.
He should be fine, yeah. The tower region. And also they protected. They ran up and started fighting them when they were trying to deal damage to the catapults. They fended them away.
No free damage. Still good timing though for NAVI, as this is pre-6 minutes, so the rune should belong to Niku for that first active rune. BZM does return to lane, closing in on level 6. But we've got the support from NAVI already rotating to guard both spots. Riddies will have to take the invis though, so in fact there isn't a refill for the Quab.
Yeah, Queen getting nothing, and Beast, meanwhile, you know, getting back to base, getting his resources, he's gonna be fine. He has 3 points in Wild Access, which is enough to start farming Ancients if you want to. Ideally, you get 4 points, though. It's so much faster. Also, they only have the double stack right now.
And then 33 again, just nonsense. Yeah, doing his own business. Nice dodge on the stun. He should be fine here just to walk back on the wave with the Firefly going. He's got 10-1, then a TP.
Yeah, Zayats has to be careful. His HP is so low as well.
Gets the carapace off, but there's the pop.
Zayats?
First regen. Zayats stuck between some fire and flames. Dragon Force playing in his head. As Queen of Pain will come in and finish off the job. Meanwhile, MOUZ, bottom lane, Avalanche Toss combo with Parker's damage, trying to pummel into PMA. Finish off the MOUZ as they trade offlaner for offlaner.
Yeah, that's a lot of space created though, but 33 just running deep there. He knows exactly how to handle the situation as well, just going to the enemy base, forcing them to try and chase him. Double Wisdom going the way of Tundra as well.
Oh, you're right, yeah, Ariane White one.
So some big wins for them, also making the move down bottom.
I like that. Consumable gold spent. 1,000 already spent by the Warlock and the Pugna. Get all the regen out. But yeah, one of the differences there, of course, with the MOUZ dying is he's about 2 or 3 waves in last hits behind the Bat. So Bat is cutting waves, forcing rotations deep on the enemy side of the map while getting farm, while the MOUZ is at his tower trying to gather what he can.
Yeah, also, Chasing. The bind is going to be enough.
Wave with a fatal bond. There's massive damage onto BZM. Ooh, under this tower, he's still going to die. Finished off by the Shadow Word of Riddies. In comes the rest of Tundra, looking for at least a bit of reciprocation there, but there's a TP out and safety for the Warlock.
There's a call down bottom that he has Arena. He wants TPs right now. Parker farming very far up.
Refractions are going to get burned. Half HP, Fairy Fire and 5-1. Puts the Lotus from backpack into inventory. Trying to dodge out any spear play, and that does succeed. Not to get pinned on the Arena, but with the Abaddon here, he's whittled down eventually anyway.
That was a nice juke. He almost had the refraction as well, but I think he was still going to die there as Abaddon locked onto him with face boots. You're not getting out of that one. Fancy jukes or no.
Still good footwork.
Yeah, good footwork, but those feet should have gotten him somewhere else instead of farming right in front of the tower, perhaps.
Well, maybe so.
You just about got to be wary. The level 6 timing from the range creep, PMA made the most of it, and he called it before. He knew he was going to get level 6, called his team over.
Good foresight.
Yeah.
Ari's here, though, with a toss back on him. So PMA thrown and chucked back into Whitemon and Parker. Still quite tanky, this Mars, but the damage and the blast and a blood grenade and a few more hits and splashes onto him should get finished off. Should get finished off. Whitemon gets the killing spree, but in the meantime does lose his courier.
Took a bit of doing, but they get him in the end. And this is the one way I said they should be able to find kills is Ari, the tossbacks. This is basically what they have to use for now.
But the first 15 minutes of the game, it's Ari's toss.
Especially as the two heroes who do have single target disables are not skilling their ultis. Beastmaster level 8, no ulti. Batrider level 7, no ulti.
The classic.
They want to farm, man. They want to build their items.
We've got other spells. 33 going to clear some jungle. Not an easy straight up 1v1, and that's why the Abaddon was picked so early on. It was the direct response to the Batrider, so we can have situations like this in lane where Bat doesn't feel completely safe to go head to head while the supports are roaming around.
Yeah, we see a lot of movement this game. 10-minute rune is about to spawn. All the supports are moving here. Ari trying to get a toss back onto Whitemon.
Goes for the runaway play.
He didn't have mana enough to use everything there.
Bat is getting very efficient back in the jungle. 3,700 net worth for him as he starts to accelerate pretty quickly ahead of some of the rest of the pack. But so far, very, very even game as this early laning stage starts to break down. Who's going to have that? You still think Navi has that advantage of the next 10 minutes of playing from lane to lane, pressuring towers, dropping golems on people?
I do think so, yeah. The golem is available and most importantly is skilled as well, right? He's ready to go and do something. I'm almost surprised he hasn't found a chance to slam it yet. He's really looking for a chance.
It's now.
Zayat's baiting.
Zayat is just dragging them into the waiting arm of Riddies. Warlock, come on, buddy. Where's the rock? Drop it in on them. Oh, there's a Pugna ward there.
Yeah, throws a little heal. A little bit tentative for now. I think joining up with the Mars is going to be the play. They have the Arena into the Golem, looking for kills. And if they catch the Beastmaster, he should be a pretty easy kill.
Yeah, I guess this way around, they don't go for the two supports. They go for the big core. They see 3 all lined up in a row there. Could have been real sick, but BZM...
They just want him. They don't want too much. Bite off what you can chew.
A prime target. So Arena, with a Fatal Bonds and a massive creep camp, they'll roll back on the Mars, but the Golem's dropped onto BZM. So they'll finish off the Beastmaster with ease, getting Zayat the kill, and this will lead them into the tier 1 mid.
PMA, maybe a little bit of nerf. Second spear that misses in an Arena, but doesn't really matter. Both times they got the kill, so both times it was good moves anyway.
Tundra put their 2 supports on the front lines to try and hold back the aggressive Navi side. With a glyph there as well, they'll delay the push for now. Should allow time for BZM to respawn. I'm not sure if Tundra want to actually force a fight here. They're holding on for as long as they can, but Navi have brought all 5 members into this mid lane for the tier 1.
I think they're just trying to buy time, slow down the tower push as much as possible. Right now, not interested in fighting. Beastmaster's not very strong yet. TA doesn't have her Deso yet. Just chill and get your items. Technically, 33 does have his bongo boots ready. Got them locked, of course.
He's got the juice. Is he holding a point? Yeah, he can pop the ulti if need be. Dropping pretty low, gonna pop his wand and has a Lotus to play with. Still holding point for ulti while Riddies gets blown up by 33. In the back though, a toss up. Nyx Assassin Carapace out to try and block back some damage, but doesn't get the other stun off while 33 skipping away from danger, fatally bonded, but there's no real stuns or slows to catch him.
Yeah, Niku doesn't have Shadow
turning.
Strike, so can't really slow down the Batrider.
33 wants a lasso here, looks like. He's got teammates backing him up, so they've got the kills on the two Navi supports, forced the cores back, and they're pressuring tower.
Yeah, really, really nicely done by Tundra. This move should open up the tower with the damage coming in from the Beastmaster and his boars. Difficult to reposition for this. And meanwhile, Tiny is trying to set up on bottom, going through the gate, looking for the Mars, or maybe even just work towards his own items. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, because now TA has shifted from that lane to mid to clear a few waves, and I'm assuming from mid it's going to be left side of the map, Ancients farming for the next, like, 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's usually how it goes. You play there until the Tormentor, and maybe you take Roche before the 20 minutes as well. After minute 15, we could see definitely Radiant go for the Roche. Navi don't really have the same capabilities. What they do have, though, is 2,000 gold on an Abaddon. Along with having the Talisman Motivation, he's pretty far towards his Radiance.
That's a pretty big item timing. I've not seen much of Abaddon recently. We had that long period where he was the carry, right? For a good year, basically, through the entire patch. Abaddon was the guy to go for. And then, I mean, he kind of got figured out, right? You gank him a few times, you slow down that Radiance, and he becomes kind of useless.
Yeah.
Here he was early picked, but it still seems like a decent game for him.
His lane was also nerfed, I think. Back then, he was like crazy in laning stage, but yeah, he's still a strong hero. 33 trying to force the ulti up top, got the juice, holding it,
Yeah.
skills it up after a lasso.
Gonna have to pop it.
Yeah.
Niku also nearly died mid lane, just barely scrapes away with his life, with the blink coming off cooldown. Gets back to safety and then regens back up with the rune he picked up as well.
A neat thing for both of them is that they have the same cooldown ulti, so they can know exactly when the other ulti is ready, guys. Like, oh, we both used Lasso and Abaddon ulti, okay.
Let's go for it again. Avalanche toss bottom. Ari and Parker pairing up here to try and deal with PMA. Pugner's going to come across and finish the job. Now, Navi, we're in the vicinity. But without that Mars and without the arena, they don't want to bite off any further.
Yeah, Zayat's ulti is running out soon. They're looking for the possible catch on the Beast. It's going to be at the very tail end. I think his Vendetta is going to run out.
No Roar for 20. BZM is just going to get the golem dropped on him. Has a ton of damage out of Niku with the Fatal Bonds helping, and Zayat another kill secure. Batriders come in though with Ari missing out on the Niku quap. They'll turn onto Riddies instead and aim for the supports. Zayat is left stranded. And Navi will sell our two supports to Tundra.
The concerning thing for me here...
Oh! What's Parker doing here? That's
was-
not ancient camps. That's not farming. That's dying in the middle lane, Parker.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get the tier 1 tower while stuff is happening, but that is so aggressive. Playing there without any real way to get to safety. He doesn't have Blink yet.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking at that timing, right? With Beastmaster Ags, TA with Deso Blink. That's kind of go time for them. So maybe trying to get the acceleration going and getting caught off there by Navi, who bring numbers mid. Oh, that toss back into Lasso play.
Beautiful.
Really nice. But Niku still has the Blink and the heal from the Warlock on him.
Yeah, Zayat's might be the sacrificial lamb.
Looks like he will. The Yule Scepter from PMA, though, finds the bat. Avalanche stops the spear. Can't catch 33 here. With a flame break back, they need the shield on PMA to save him while Got the Juice comes in. Abaddon wants to continue the fight with the Radiance now arriving, but he's lost a lot of his health. And look at who's coming from the left-hand side. It's BZM.
33 is just standing and delivering in this. He's fighting so hard. The Batrider auto attacks are not to be underestimated as well. The burn coming in from his innate.
Oh, they clear the wave, at least with the spear, but that tower is dead.
Yeah.
Do we go straight Roche from this?
I think now quick call towards Roche. Top tower is already gone. Get some advantage. Even have some calls for someone to go and stack, so Whitemon gonna stack the big camp.
And no real contest from Navi. They're playing bottom.
Yeah, they're ulti dependent, right? And you can look to their side on the picks up on the heroes.
No green lights.
Yeah, 2 green lights just came back, but yeah, a lot of ultis missing still.
Tundra still want to try and defend this bottom lane, though. 33 catches the wave, but Ari's been left. There's the guy who gets caught.
All right.
Drago gets finished off, and they've kept the catapult alive on like 20 health to 21 health. Well done by PMA with a bulwark just to keep Carty there.
Yeah, Got the Juice will happily take that bonus gold as well from a kill. having the Radiance already, he is farming fast now with the Face Boots Radiance on Abaddon. And at some point, oh, nice return, but doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
That's just how strong Beast is with Aghanim Scepter. You can stun him with the Spiky, it doesn't really matter at all.
Oh, this is the real scary thing now, though, right? Mr. BZM, he's got Aegis, he's got Ags, he's 100 from Blink. This Beastmaster guy just runs the game for the next few minutes.
Yeah, and they do have the type of snowballing lineup as well. Pugna can keep refilling people. You get the mana boots as well to give mana. And then you have Batrider with the bongo boots who can just play very high tempo. Yeah,
a ton of ways to catch people too.
Especially with TA's damage for the towers. Any tier 2 tower is very possible.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Zayats.
Nice Duke.
Gets sidestepped. White one's dominating on his Pugna, hey?
We've not really seen the...
It's 4-0-6 upon Pugna.
Yeah, he's played... His positioning has been flawless. He's never really getting caught out, and he's definitely there to help people all the time as well. I was just gonna say, we haven't really seen the Nyx come into fruition. A hero that has been very out of meta. If anyone's gonna make it work, it is Zayat. He is the guy for Nyx, but it's looking rough. I wonder if you need something like Invoker Sunstrike or Zeus Ulti or something to really find the kills. Because right now he's mostly scouting, but not getting paid for it. Yeah, he's like working for free, Gareth.
He's a freelancer with loads of invoices outstanding. Just, please pay me!
Yeah, you want something for all that time you're running around. You want the odd pickup on a support, you know, some random kill getting you towards a Dagon or
even one of those like
Yule
hardcore
Scepter.
Spirit heroes, right? Like Quap can bring you stuff, but Quap is so reliant on Blink being either the get in or get out spell. And the Spirit heroes or Pug often have multiple ways to get in and out.
Yeah.
And ideally, you want this Queen of Pain to be Sonic Waving into Fatal Bonds too.
Or maybe for the Nyx to work, we need to go back into the blast from not so distant past the carry Nature's Prophet.
Oh, gee.
That's another one. Can also randomly join and find some kills.
You know, even just the old combos, right? Like Nyx Snapfire or Nyx Hoodwink. Someone who can long-range blast people when you scout and find them. Warlock doesn't really do that job. But something here Nyx does do is still scout people out. So they've got this massive teamfight capability. Nyx is going to be that vision giver. But currently Navi are kind of trapped in this position where they need more items. They need to finish off the Aghanim Scepter, which is now completed.
Oh,
Queen of Pain.
they're running at them.
And got the juice. Riddies.
They want the Abaddon.
Both Flame Break back down to low ground. Roar on the Warlock, finished off by Parker. Got the juice, also had ulti pop, so half HP is in serious trouble. Avalanche toss, Tundra clean up. One by one, Navi feed the machine.
Tundra is just playing with a lot more directive here than Navi. Navi are trying to get by on the map. They do have some tools to work with. The Blink and the Yule Scepter on Mars. They have ways to catch people, but Tundra is just one step ahead all the time, and they're gonna get paid for it as well. This Ancients stealing stacks, BZM getting rich.
And Tundra are so good as that team of getting one step ahead and then staying ahead, right? And pushing that advantage and finding the little, buttons and levers and pulleys to make sure that you're not able to weasel back into the game. It's quite challenging to figure out if they're stepping ahead in this direction, do we go around them? Do we try and split push? Do we meet them face on? What's the plan?
Quick Blink reaction there, getting away from the Blink catch of Mars. He had the Aegis anyway, so maybe he would have been fine, but trying to dodge this fight entirely. TA is being pinged out as she used her Blink.
Parker. Is he baiting? Is he waiting?
He's in a good spot. 33 is not bothering joining for now. Staying on the map on his Batrider. Gonna show himself up top.
Anticipating the Navi move. Sitting behind trees and seeing what comes.
Yeah. Everything works out well for Tundra. I was gonna say Tundra remind me a lot of Falcons, to be honest. The way they can dominate really, really hard. Like,
there's a good reason, right? The old, old 33 AOE.
Yeah, obviously.
The mind map. The idea of how to run that entire macro game.
Similar Dota ideologies for how to run the game. Right now they're smoking up top. Posturing on the tower. Haven't really revealed everybody yet, but I think the move is already understood by Navi.
I don't want to meet and match, even with the Aegis being reclaimed.
Yeah, they need a few timings. Manta Star is really big for Abaddon, waiting for that. It's still going to be 780 gold away though, so he needs to finish that. quite desperately. Queen opted to go for an early Aghanim Scepter, which is pretty common nowadays. Sometimes we do see at least Kaya Sanj completed, or you know, some middle ground. So he right now can punish people stacking up hard, but he is not very tanky. He cannot blink aggressively without risking his own life.
And Tundra just sweeping across the map. They forced the MOUZ up top. I'm not sure if they've figured out he's up there, as PMA hasn't shown, but when he does, that's going to be a big signal here.
Yeah, he shows now.
And there's the go. Ari makes the move. They've got the info, they've got the vision onto Riddies to get the Warlock, grab him and kill him, give it to Parker. Thank you very much, 33, says it's mine. I'm the captain here.
Yeah, nice takedown. Did cost them the lasso. I think maybe they could have killed it without, but better safe than sorry. It looked really, really close.
How quickly they play, right? They play bottom right-hand corner, 3 of them, what, 2 TP mid, and they've got this Blink Roar, forcing early ult out, got the juice. A Flame Break back into the Bongo Drums and BZM. Zayat's going to carapace and stun back, but the Bazum Master has got a BKB. He doesn't care about your magic damage or stuns. He'll blast through, got the juice. Zayat falls quickly after.
The Bazum Master, way too strong. And Niku was thinking about connecting to that fight, but the pipe, you can't really commit as Queen there. It takes too long trying to stack up the Shadow Strikes. Batrider with the pipe and Bongo Boots already is dictating the pace of the game. And now Parker can siege up on the towers very safely. His entire team is ready behind him.
And he's massive now, and he's like TA with his Refraction, a hero that can kind of withstand that immediate burst, aggression, wombo combo that Navi has.
Yeah. She's pretty good at tanking through like Nyx Assassin.
Good hold by Ari there. With the Avalanche toss, he gets Parker to safety through the Refraction blink. Golem dropped by Riddies, looking to continue this one as Niku blinks in aggressively.
Oh, he's going to heal him.
Ari has the heal behind, but the Sonic Wave will finish him off. Parker holds his ground to kill the Golem, while PMA just comes in and wipes the floor with Whitemon.
These are some big kills. You mentioned it earlier how he was dominating on the Pugna. Finally, he dies. First death of the game for him.
A Pinata.
Plenty of gold coming out. And this is much needed for Navi as they are 8,000 gold behind even after that.
That's the thing, right? When we were talking about these timings from Tundra, they were like 5k ahead, and then every few minutes it's like, oh, now 6, 7, 8, 9k. They get these incremental 1k leads every couple of minutes.
Yeah,
Super important for Navi to actually strike back. And now think about the next phase of the game, right? Roshan, next respawn, next Tormentor, get this Got the Juice about and up and running.
I think it's hard to overstress just how fast Tundra's heroes can farm. Aghanim's Beastmaster, TA, and then Batrider. 33 will make Batrider farm really, really efficiently as well, despite, you know, the hero being kind of limited. He will find as much as possible farm in the jungle. So all of them are just building. Now we see 9,000 lead. It will passively just grow, so they gotta make moves on Navi.
Our smoke should put them in a position to do so, but Ari has already dealt with the majority of the wave mid, and Parker has already blinked away with a nice trap silence to keep Navi at bay.
Yeah, I do like they picked up the shards. Really nice shard to have on TA in this game against the Queen.
So the Quap went straight Ags, right? With Ags into Kaya, so the BKB is a little delayed.
Yeah, it's great against Queen, Nyx, and Warlock. All those heroes really struggle against it. Even against Mars, you can randomly break his combo.
Yeah, true. 33 and BZM in position here. Navi kind of scattered from high ground to low ground, and a lasso on the Abaddon is going to catch him with ulti ready. Manta Style already popped now. The borrowed time, but he's not getting damaged.
Roar on the Queen.
They've got the Queen of Pain stunned up, tossed and killed. BZM on a mega kill while Got the Juice. That early ulti pop is going to bite him in the backside now. BZM picks up a double, and 33 is unstoppable. 20 to 10, 12k lead. Tundra looking at an early Roshan second spawn as well.
Yeah, it's perfect for him. They know it's up, of course, with the TA, but this is... I want to give credit as well to how Tundra are understanding the fights before they even happen. They just drop the lasso on him, say, you know what? Okay, use your ulti. I'll dare you. As we see Zayat's getting run down.
Vici Zayat's.
Yeah, poor guy.
A little bunny rabbit hunted by the rock.
But ultimately, even if Abaddon was to survive against the lasso, it doesn't really matter. It puts him in a really bad spot. You can see it right now, how they decide to just click it. Doesn't
to low ground.
Yeah, pull him into a really horrible spot next to TA, no friends nearby. And now with ulti on cooldown, he's now a killable threat. So you can go on.
And then Queen of Pain isolated, caught out in the backlines as well. Very well executed by Tundra across the board.
Yeah, nice first side blade there as well.
Yeah.
Finishing up on the trap.
Yeah, Niku, what can you do? Just get blink roared by this man here on your screen.
Yeah, Niku is having a very tough time, and you know, sometimes we always come back to this, how Queen of Pain, you kind of have to be owning. The hero doesn't really do well when you fall behind in a game. She's not great at recovery.
Hello. Now this is big if they can finish him, but Pipe, BKB, Bongo Boots, I
He's
think
tanky.
33 is massive.
Is he killing them?
Has ulti, so he wasn't going to be able to get the kill on him. PMA still hunting and looking for this, but a very overzealous move there. Ari does go in quite aggressively though to try and play 1v5 into Na'Vi. Avalanching, tossing, gets the golden dropped on him. Tiny's still alive with the decrep and a Yules. Roar in the back, the Queen of Pain's caught. BZM goes on him, but a blink out from Niku. Back to safety.
The heals?
Got the juice. Can't finish off Ari. So they lose PMA. Parker is trying to get to this fight to finish off the Abaddon as well, and Na'Vi are bleeding out. One by one falling. The Fatal Bonds are on 3, so a Sonic Wave and a Carapace could be good here. But Na'Vi don't have enough left in the tank. Another jump from Tiny. Ari throws the Queen of Pain back in. Sonic Wave expended will push them away a little bit, but the damage
Everybody's so low.
far too much to withstand.
Oh my god, Whitemon just had the dream team fight. This is like everybody forgot about the medic, you know? It's straight up Whitemon was just healing and saving everybody. He's like, oh, my Batrider starts the fight with 200 HP, I'll fix that, bring him up to full. Oh, Tiny's dying, I'll save him too. Go to the next guy. Just one by one, he was bringing people back from the dead essentially. Just crazy value from the Pugna end up.
A little hidden impact to the Green Skelly boy.
You just have to kill him. You can't let a Pugna be unchecked. It's so devastating. It's on par with Dazzle in my eyes.
Yeah, and I've got to ask the question of positioning for Na'Vi, because they've got this Abaddon against the Batrider, and obviously against this Beastmaster as well. We've not seen Got the Juice really have the ability to save people from any of these stuns. He's been able to borrow time away from a lasso himself, but the fact that Queen of Pain is just getting Blink-Roared killed, or Blink-Roared into a position where she's within kill threshold, puts Niku out of every single fight.
I think, yeah, their positioning is the key word that you mentioned there, where they haven't been playing as tight and as nicely together as Tundra have. It's these micro differences where, like, oh, if you stood literally like 400 range closer to that guy, you could have saved him. They're just not finding each other as well in the team fight as we see Tundra. Tundra are obviously showing really, really nice team fighting.
What is it, 22k lead now, 21 now.
Yeah, it's absolutely absurd. At 30 minutes, it's hard to come back from. Nearly insurmountable.
They'll go for another round. Playing up top. Northern jungle open for them here to make a jump on Riddies.
Yeah, Queen does have a BKB at least.
Oh, hello. BZM's in. A return from Zayat and Got the Juice, but 33 is going to come across with a lasso. BZM still half HP and BKB. Does Niku get evaporated? Oh, Parker's coming to play. Destroys a couple of heroes with a couple of slaps to the Deso TA. The Mars Arena doesn't bloody matter because GG's called. Well played by Zayat. And game one comes to quite an anticlimactic close.
Yeah, that was really, really fast. Everything kind of fell apart with the Batrider just having so much impact, I want to say. I think a lot of things just goes back to 33. His damn big brain, dude.
Massive, massive performance out of Tundra there. Very crisp, clean game one. And that's with the standard, that's with Parker, right? They've reined him in. He had a couple of, maybe missteps in that bottom lane, a little bit too far forward when he, when he's in bottom and then mid lane going for an extra wave or so. But overall, Parker, very, very good job.
Yeah, it was literally the 2 times they died. Other than that, it was pretty flawless from Tundra. I think, I don't know, panel, do you have anything to say where they...
As well, by the way. It just doesn't fit the hero. But anyway, we'll let Wagamama deal with all of these problems now. The game is about to go live.
Thank you, Richard, for saying something I can agree with towards the end of that long tirade of hate on the poor bird who deserves none of this.
Meanwhile, we're here sipping the Kez Kool-Aid of the cult cabal of the Kez Discord.
Listen, Kez did nothing wrong. It's not what he would do, all right? It's, let's just say, I'm excited to get a mid-Kez. I feel like every single Kez I watch in Pro Dota is always on the safe lane. Meanwhile, I've got 1,300 games on the hero soon, and I've played him everywhere, and mid is fun. It's different.
God, I didn't realize that Italian brain rot was her voice line. I missed that one completely. Jeez, Lex just dropping it in there. Well, here we go. Game 2, serious business now. Tundra 1 game to the good in this best of 3. NAVI going to have to try and pick things up, and they do have what seems like a more solid draft that can connect in this game too. But we do still have the same kind of Tundra skirmishy objective-taking lineup that can go for a little fight here, a little pick-off here, and then get towers.
I'm pretty on board with what the panel said mostly there, that the Tundra lineup looks scary. I think their lanes look really strong. And I'm worried about the snowball that could come from that. So this draft from Navi looks a lot more vulnerable to me.
And that little pivot at the end was really cool to see as well, with the Shadow Shaman kind of forcing the Tiny, or at least leaving the Tiny to play in mid, because that was left open to the last pick, and then having an answer for the Weaver at the end, adding that double disable to be able to catch people out, vitally important for them, and of course adding in the tower push.
The Weaver and Kess struggling against the same thing, the hard disables coming in, and then also the save from Centaur is sort of nullified by having Shackle. Right? If you want to go on someone, a lot of times Centaur tries to bail them out, but if you shackle them, it can be hard to run away.
Well, Niku against BZM in that mid lane. We'll see how that one goes. Yeah, mid Kez. It's the same kind of item build we expect in that kind of Deso Aghanim Scepter.
There's actually a lot of details. How much time do we have?
Monologue time. It's laning phase. You go for it.
Yeah, okay, so this matchup I've played a ton of times. Tiny versus Kess is Kess favored, but you need to know your ins and outs. I already think he made a mistake skilling the Q, but, you know, overall, I think
you pop onto Reddit and make
it's definitely not me. Overall, it's working out fine for him last-wise. You can trade hits really well once you get 2 points in Castorai Katana. Also, skilling the W is quite nice on this lane, just for like securing the CS when Tiny has the tree grab. But Nikki should be doing quite well here. It is overall favored for him.
I guess in the mid lane, you don't have this long lane to chase people down and keep tagging them up and making them bleed. So there's that chance, like Kezu was saying, to step back as the Tiny, toss them away, and kind of reset a little bit.
Yeah, the worrisome part for Niku is when levels come in. Enough points in toss, and Tiny just spell farms the waves. So you have to make a lot happen early, and that's what Niku is trying to do here, running in. And the concerning part is if Tiny gets too many denies with the tree grab.
Yeah, we've got the mid lane, creep waves meeting in the river, and then we've got the bottom lane with creep waves meeting in the river.
Yes, yeah.
Naturally. Just a little bit of wave dragging by Zayat.
So you can have mid laners on every lane.
Yeah. So Zayat's trying to manipulate the creep equilibrium, has a little observer ward there as well for potential courier snipes. So this gives Centaur a little bit of freedom to get some experience and stay safe. But now, of course, once the waves have been cleared and dragged one way or another, PMA has to come and contend with that. So it leaves Navi in a little bit of an awkward spot now.
Yeah, similar stuff happened up top as well. They were creep pooling, they went down the tower, tried to deny some farm. Rasta gonna look for a shackle, but he does get tagged up quite a bit. The right clicks.
Oh, nice fatal bonds there across the creep wave too. 33 already at 9 and 5 with Weaver sat at 9 and 2. While Zayat, oh, he's dead to Parker. First blood for your star player.
Gets the kill. This is such a strong hero if she gets off to a decent start. Murta with a quick Falcon Blade already complete. We're gonna start delivering that.
Got the juice, gonna Shikuchi away from that up top. And the mid lane, Kez did take a minor lead over the Tiny. A couple of last hits to the good, but so far very even for BZM and Niku.
Yeah, a lot of denies overall in mid lane. It's a place where both of them are struggling to get their experience in gold. But yeah, once it gets like 3 points in toss, the Tiny is just gonna spell farm this, start clearing mid, go jungle, start controlling the runes. He doesn't really want to stand and hit, as you can see. The Kess wins the trades pretty hard.
And then comparatively, once we start seeing like Wisdom Shrine contest, going to steal stacks and things like that, it feels like Tiny should have an advantage with these earlier moves. Does Kez bring enough to like react, or is he a sit and farm and accelerate hero?
I actually think on mid lane you need to have a mentality shift compared to being carry. Okay. You can't just sit and farm and want to carry late game. I like double Falcon Blades or Mage Slayer. Both are valid builds. In this game, maybe Mage Slayer could be nice. There's a downside that you can't hit the Murta when she's in ulti, so you can't really stop her damage anyway. But there are like more tempo controlling games from Kess that I enjoy.
I mean, is Kez a hero that thinks about like Orchid as like a second or third item? Because I'm looking at Brewmaster Muerta, like all of these heroes suffer to like an Orchid.
I've tried plenty of Orchid too. It's more miss than hit
like
for me.
Finicky to fit in.
You're very squishy, and ultimately you already have silence, so you don't gain some big tool that you didn't already have. People are already gonna be ready that you bring silence to a fight. Having two of them is nicer, I guess, than having one, but it's not really worth. I think
not
like
natural fit for him.
Yeah. Another item that's really nice if you want to play early aggression is Diffu. Can be really, really aggressive on mid.
That could be cool.
So yeah, Mage Slayer Diffu. You could still go Deso, but we'll see where he goes. So far, he has the Treads into Corrosion queued up.
Well, now we've talked at length about that middle lane.
My job here is done. Yeah.
5 minutes in. Now I've got that bottom lane with that Murata and Pugna, another combo that you kind of piqued our interest because it's something that was used quite a lot, I think, by Tundra back maybe a year or so ago, where you've got this Pierce the Veil with the Decrep to be able to play quite nicely together.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And the innate of Murta, the fact that she can always auto-attack, so even if you decrep her defensively, she can keep shooting. Yeah. That's a really nice one, or decrepping the enemy, of course, and just keep attacking them. It plays very naturally. They're going to try and kick her in, I think. Zayats kicks her towards Centaur.
Yeah. No stomp from PMA, and now Zayats overexposed, but gets the roll back to tower.
Yeah, gonna get to safety, but licking his wounds, and now Centaur is left alone.
That was a rotation from Ari. We'll see what they do, because 6-minute rune's about to spawn, and BZM's been left on an island here, with Riddy's controlling top spot, bonding BZM with some damage from Kez as well, drop him to half as he just returned to lane. So that should be rune control there, minute 6 for Navi.
Yeah, no way you get this as Tiny, and that's a DD rune on the first spawn. This could be an opportunity to look at Murta, or even dive on mid.
Yeah, dive mid, go for Wisdom Shrines, go for something. 33's battling with Got the Juice up top. Wisdom Shrine's open for whoever goes and takes the prize, while on the right-hand side, PMA's got a nice stomp and a bit of damage onto Whitemon. No incursion to the right-hand Wisdom Shrine, as Ari was still lurking around on the Shadow Shaman. So I guess the call from 33 was, go play another lane, leave me up here to 1v1 the Weaver.
They're just having a brawl on the bridge, but yeah, 33 will get clicked again. They're both trading low. Is he gonna be fine? The bond this time?
Nah, the Swarm's here, he's dead for sure. And in the meantime, we got a solo kill. Niku did dive with that double damage rune to kill off BZM. Like, massive damage from this case.
Yep.
And then Whitemon's picked off by PMA. Parker trying to trade. Needs another couple of hits with a dead shot, he'll do it. And now with the fear and the long tongue of the law, Ari comes in to get Parker a double.
Kills happening all over the place here, as the tower now is being sieged up top as well. Cutting the creep wave, catapult wave, being kept alive. Tower 500 HP already.
And shrine time as well. So got the juice, gets that western one. And Riddy's
the shackle
to the right-hand side. Nice shackles from Ari to secure at least the trade.
Yeah, gets himself that and gets to safety as well. No worry for him. Parker wants to play aggressive with his catapult wave, but pretty hard to harass Centaur. Constantly taking damage from it. You can see the Murta's HP just dropping.
Well, I see Parker half HP go stand next to an enemy tier 1 tower. You gotta, what are you doing over there, Parker? No, he's fine. So this situation will let 3-3 get to a reasonably fast level 6. He's about a creep away from getting it. So now he's got the ultimate and he's quite safe up here for the most part. And that's why Ari's been booted out of lane and said, go find a home somewhere else.
Yeah, I think just leave this Brewmaster to his own device. Let him do whatever he wants. He is queuing up an Orchid, which is really interesting to me. I've not seen that on Brew that much.
Well, Niku with another dive, going to try and disengage from BZM as Ari and Whitemon and Parker actually arrive in this mid lane to battle back near this 8-minute rune spawn timing, but it's Riddy's who is forced to grab the haste.
Yeah, takes the haste and runs away. Rasta at least forcing that by showing himself. Gonna run top to try and react. There's a deep ward behind the tower.
33 just going to bodyguard this objective. And yeah, I mean, if there's someone who's going to experiment a little bit on this Brewmaster, Orchid, the 33 is going to be the one to do it. Because we've seen some shifts on this Brew. I think I've seen him maybe pick up the Orchid once before. But we've had so many different builds on this Brew, right? The Double Bracer Radiance, the Spirit Vessel, the Urn, the Shivers Guard, the Aghanims Rush, which was quite popular recently.
Yeah, I would say Aghanims is insanely strong in the current patch.
Yeah.
Oh, TP's bottom, but there is an Observer Ward that spots them here.
Hello.
They're still going to find the Earth Spirit as he has cooldown 2 seconds. Not going to get safety.
Hex and Shackles. Tons of stuns. So that's now here. And 33 in the meantime, bonded up. Again, he's got Primal Split. Maybe they can try and force it out of him defensively, or at least get this tier 1 tower finished off.
Yeah, taking the enemy off lane tower is a really big thing, and this is what Weaver can bring. Very strong laner, has that early aggression in him.
Because since it's so early on, now Got the Juice can, in the next couple of minutes, right, push the wave top so it gets to enemy tier 2, and then twin gate play to bot.
Yeah, or do this. They're invading, checking enemy stacks, find that there are no stacks in fact right now. Otherwise they could have fatal bonded, farmed it. But you just have access to very nice farming grounds, limiting the farming of Tundra.
True. So a much steadier ship here. They've righted things, Navi. What is a 2K lead just momentarily there. 10 minutes in, but laning stage has gone very well for themselves. They've not fallen flat, and they've got all of these abilities to gap close, to get on top of people, deal damage, and allow Niku to express his skill out of this mid lane on the Kez. And maybe here, as he gets on top of BZM, the toss back will get the Tiny back to safety. Does Riddies have a Grimoire to drop the rock?
Not enough. If
No,
they get
not yet.
one kill, he will have enough to drop the golem.
He was walking with confidence up there, and I was wondering.
Yeah, I did the math because, you know, gotta look at it. But no, he's sitting at 530 experience away right now. A little bit too much.
Not far away, though. So Weaver will now shift into mid to hold that wave, and the rest of them pivot bottom lane to play into another tier 1 tower. So it looks like Navi are looking to enclose this map around Tundra from a very early standpoint. And Whitemon does have a couple of people TPing in to help him. Placed his ward down already to delay the action. BZM tosses Pugna onto Zayat. Nice move from Whitemon to get in front of the Earth Spirit. But now PMA and Niku both come in, try and stomp down, but a Stampede required to disengage from 3-3 and BZM. With Primal Split still ready, this is a pretty scary spot to be in. Parrying, the Kez will try and pop Invis and dodge into the tree line while PMA is blown up.
Yeah, no dust on them though, as the Kess will run to safety down south. Riddies might be the target instead though. The slow Warlock gonna get lifted, and yeah, I think they're committing for this one.
Yeah, they've got Ari catching up here with the boulder toss.
Oh,
They don't have the range, so they brought him from the Cyclone down too early.
Yeah, they also got the pull, the grip. I keep forgetting that you can do that even.
What, the Void, Panda?
Yeah, no, the geomagnetic grip that it works now for Earth Spirit. You know, I don't see enough Earth Spirit to the point that see people getting saved.
Let's pull them back. And that used to be the tactic with like neutral creeps. You drag the neutral creep, your lane creep onto the top of the cliff.
Yeah,
Deny some experience.
Yeah, the cheesing of the lane, of course. Yeah, at least the cast range is reduced when he tries to save people. To have only 550 range, so you can't pull people from super far away anymore.
Bez got the juice sat in the enemy ancients, like you said, just taking up all that wonderful high-value farm.
He's becoming enormous right now. The Desolator build is what he's opted to go towards. There's a lot of different ways to play the Weaver, but he wants to get that minus armor. Good for objective taking as well. And meanwhile, going back to what Niku chose to go for them, so they're not going double Deso, he's going for a BKB after an Urn. I like the Urn choice because he understands his role. Even though Niku is playing Kess this game, he still has to be the activity hero, the guy they play around, the guy who wants to fight. Urn is just great for that. So he's looking for Murta, who has the possibility. Oh, no mana at all. She's blank on mana now.
Oh,
Worker.
no. That's trouble.
He spent everything.
Caught down in the low ground and found by Navi as 33 is also in the vicinity. No primal split, nothing really to save himself here. Multiple stuns landing on him with stomp into roll into kill, and it's Niku with a double.
Just caught with his pants down there, using all the mana. I thought he would just, you know, pierce the veil, TP out maybe. Perhaps Golem could have been there to stop him, but if you don't have mana, you have no options even.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And Tundra going to use this time to try and push out that mid lane. Serpent Wards and a tiny move to get some damage on the tier 1, but BZM is being walked down by Niku. Bleeding out. I didn't know rocks could bleed, but apparently BZM needs the heal from the Pugna. Now, roll in, Earth Spirit arriving, gets the gap close onto Tiny to allow Navi to slay him. Shackles out on the Weaver now, though, as Tundra tried to turn. This got the juice. Weaver's going to be able to disengage, though, from the life drain, as Tundra lose 2 heroes and haven't had an answer yet, but with the Hex and the stun, Parker arrives to kill off Kez. 33 picks up a double in the end.
Yeah, they get the bigger kills in the end and on to 33 as well. Very importantly, pushing him towards his item progressions.
Is under attack.
He does have the Orchid and the gloves coming out, so going back for a Midas. Orchid into Midas is, I mean,
That's nice to build.
I guess Brew just needs one item, usually, right? You buy one thing so that you can fight. Usually it's like Spirit Vessel or Aghanims or Radiance, whatever. Like one item, and then you can kind of go whatever afterwards.
Dire's top
He's going for the Midas
tower
into the Aghanim Scepters, the looks of it. But Orchid already is going to really mess with the Kess and the Weaver.
Oh, yeah.
And even just Earth Spirit, who wants to cast spells really badly.
under attack.
And got the juice might just die there if he walks any further. Of the Shadow Shaman and that Orchid Brewmaster right next to him. Now, Weaver snared up, gonna have to Shikuchi back.
Yeah, has to be ever so careful playing the lane. They are still farming a lot on Navi though. They have good farm on their course. This mid Kess definitely having a way better game than the Tiny.
Riddy's trying to get a bit of tilt going, targeting Parker with some chat wheel lines and a tip. I don't know exactly what happened there, but you can get under the skin of your opponent tactically like that. Why not do it?
Are scanning.
He's a rock. He would never tilt.
Niku. Oh, hello. Sentry there, sees the Kez coming in. So quick D-ward by Tundra. NAVI realizing they've been scouted, just going to reset. But this is that big timing for Tundra with this blink for Tiny coming in hot on the courier. And the Serpent Ward to the Shackles top. Ari does have the Brewmaster coming in pretty hot. Got the Juice already a half health. Gonna get clapped.
Silence, it's dangerous.
Silenced up. Needs more damage, and I don't think Brew's got it. So got the Juice, saves Zayats, kills off Ari, and now he's even looking to turn on to 33. A nice roll back by Zayats, gets him away from Whitemon. That'll be that.
In the end, just one kill up there, but on mid lane. Ooh. Instead, it's the chain stun combo and another kill with a Pierce the Veil. Parker finding a connection there.
Yeah, the blink reveal. A debut, BZM's Tiny jumping in, splitting the damage quite evenly there.
Yeah, they have damage in spades between the two of them. The burst of Tiny and then Murta popping ulti, they can kill anybody really fast.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Weaver with that Deso already has a couple of stacks on it, trying to play this bottom part of the map with the rest of the team. And what are we, 17 minutes in? So we start to think about prepping for that Tormentor. Clear out this bottom wave, maybe try and force Tundra's hand, elicit a response to this bottom lane to defend tier 2, and then you can play through the gate back up the top.
Yeah. Rasta is looking if there's someone he can catch, but he doesn't realize how many people are down here.
They're all down here.
I think he was just wanting to go out and set up some ward vision, but he was a little bit too late for this move. They glyph it, get the creeps off the tower, but the golem is committed. And they can take tower if you don't react, so tier 2 tower is at risk.
Gone.
Yeah, it's basically gone.
Ah, Deso plus Golem. And Tundra did push out that top tier 1 and open up the top left corner of the map though. So they've got that quick access into the Tormentor area, but I don't know if it's going to last that long, because Navi can quite quickly traverse the map and migrate up there.
Yeah, definitely. I think right now Navi as well are very close to power spikes. The BKB coming in for Kess is going to be massive. The Dragonlance completing on Weaver along with this Deso is going to make him pretty ready and in fighting shape. And then you have the pipe that recently completed for the Centaur. So all of them are pretty ready to go take some fights.
There's the geomagnetic grip into kick. Try and give Riddies a bit of space here as they'll stampede away from Serpent Wards. But another toss forward. Gets Whitemon on top of the Warlock, while BCM doesn't quite catch Zayats, and Avalanche onto Warlock will take down Riddies. While PMA, he's coming from the back lines, looking at the Brewmaster, but that's a Primal Split ready 33 to keep on going with a barrel roll forward.
Can hold him.
They'll toss back the Centaur, chain stun him up with the Avalanche, and there's Shadow Shaman's disables to kill off another.
Yeah, nicely played by Tundra. Tossbacks and all these different catches. I said that Navi are pretty ready with their items, but their positioning was not.
No.
They were not together at the start of the fight and thus couldn't really take it. You saw Centaur going in like, yeah, we're strong, guys, right? We have all our timings, but they were just way too split to take that fight.
And now, that's BCM bought Boots of Travel. He's got Blink Boots of Travel, huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
He's just bouncing around the map.
it's yeah, not completely unheard of on Tiny that you just go back for travels to play a big map and be able to join fights nonstop. And the hero really relies on positioning, keep catching people, play the field.
Let's keep on going.
Tosses Weaver away. Got the shield rune as well, which is one of the most absurd runes on Tiny.
I'll be thinking about chasing that one, but
Yeah, shield rune into blink.
not happening.
The swarm doesn't do anything, can't cancel the blink.
Well, 10 to 10, Navi with the mildest of leads. But it's been Tundra who have been marching to the beat of their own drummer this game, really showing Navi that they can step up, hold ground. And now with Tormentor spawning in 45 seconds, I would imagine Tundra, with this smoke, are readying themselves to pivot top left.
Whoever wins a fight can Roche so fast. This is not even just about Torm, this is straight up Roche. Both teams have the potential. And good read by Tundra going together as well.
Navi, the scouting Roche pit, but Weaver is out in the open. They don't quite have vision of him. Swarms into the pit.
This is a ballsy goal to go Roche.
So bold. 33 is going to step up to the pit. I think he knows.
They got scanned.
He's got a good idea here. Dire did scan, so they're going to retreat, reset, but Ari, with a nice play, hacked the Serpent Wards, catching Zayas with a toss back. Essence Ring, a bit of heal, not enough to keep him topped up. Dead, but with buyback.
Yeah, and the wards are doing a good job zoning as well. You still have the Serpent Wards as Roche starts migrating. Half HP Roche, so you don't really want to leave the area. They got the Kess.
Or shackled up. Where's the rest of the team? There's BZM jumping in. Gets the Avalanche down to PMA as well. But Golden dropped on the back with Parker all bonded up with 33 and a stampede forward. PMA's looking at both supports. Ari and Whitemon brought down quickly. And now with the triple fatal bonds on Parker, 33 and BZM, Niku gap closes onto this a little Muerta and forcing Pierce the Veil out. So Navi with another soft reset here. Niku pops into
The
Invis.
supports are dead, there's no dust.
Zayas wants to roll back in. Parker out in the open, trying to disengage, dropping low. No backup coming in though. Parker doesn't even kill off Zayas. And the poor Bruling is getting blasted by this. Got the Juice Weaver. A couple more hits here. 33, the Earth Panda getting towards high ground, throws a pebble at the bug.
Oh.
Let's see if he can get out of this one with Niku's gap close. He does get hexed up in a toss under tier 3. Navi are diving incredibly deep.
No,
What's happening? 33's dead. There's a tier 3 tower there. But Shadow Shaman's getting blasted by a Kez. We're 20 minutes in. Navi role-playing Havos diving with freaking Gyro.
There is no break on Navi. They're just going in.
4?
Absolutely crazy. 4 in the parenthesis 4. That was... I mean, it becomes very easy for them when they get to take out both supports immediately. Right? We saw the 2 supports get caught out, and from there on, it was pretty straightforward for them to take the fight on side Navi. Or not even the 2 supports, it was Tiny and Rasta, right? Oh, it was the 2 supports, yeah, it was both.
Pugna and Shadow Shaman both got chased down, the other 3 got bonded.
Yeah, it was a nice catch by Shadow Shaman, but didn't really have Murta in position to do the damage, yeah.
Yeah, this full retreat from Tundra didn't really pay out. Just the chasing capabilities of Navi with his Kez, with the Stampede, and Zayas like respawning and rolling all the way from mid lane to catch up as well.
So back in live, that means that they now have Aegis on Weaver, one of the most aggressive carries in Dota, can always push the limits, you know, run in on the backline. And when you're playing Pugna, we saw the previous game, he was undisturbed. I said, you cannot allow this. This game is very different. He can get jumped by any of these core heroes. And yeah,
a kill for
actually
Niku.
Rasta getting picked off as he was, again, trying to set up any bit of map control.
Trying to play into the Torm area again. Well, that's free money with the Serpent Wards cleared out by Niku. A Tormentor to be gathered up by Navi.
Yeah, more free cash. It's gonna go the way of Earth Spirit.
So we went from a dead even game where it was 10 to 10. Now, 7k lead, 7 kill lead. Navi in a dominant position.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for him now. Now they have this amazing save ability with a shard on the Earth Spirit. You can actually pull people from pretty far away pretty quickly to get them away from Murta. The biggest weakness of Murta as a carry is that she is the most kiteable carry probably out of all the range carries in Dota. She's very easy to get away from. He's trying to solve that by Hurricane Pike, but 33.
Got the juice has been silenced, but he just goes for body blocks. Doesn't care about this Orchid of 33, and yet again has forced a defensive primal split out of the brew.
That does not feel nice for him to have to use it like that. That means they cannot defend mid tower, probably have to keep conceding more control.
Yeah, I mean, Tundra are fully scrambling to try and shove waves. Put Ari mid. If he dies, he dies. He's pushed a wave. Job's done.
Yeah. The untrained eye would probably just see Ari feeding all over the place, but he's doing what they need to do. Kill that creep wave, delay the push. He just has an unfortunate job, Gareth.
Yeah, he does. You got to do what you got to do. But that's kind of the cool thing about the Boots of Travel on Tiny, right? Is that they're good in both situations. Good when you're playing this tempo, momentum, getting pickoffs, playing the map, but also good with this kind of split push and delay the game style that they need to fall back on now.
It's good to a degree.
Not ideal, but still playable.
It's good. The downside with his build, because he went Blink, Travels, and Eul Scepter. The downside is he has no damage at all. It's literally, Murta, you kill people, or we don't kill people, period. Sure, you have a little bit of combo damage, but we're 25 minutes in. That's starting to fall off. The burst is not going to kill anyone immediately. You can see Kess here, like, yeah, he's pretty fine.
Yeah, doesn't care. PVISION going to TP out of there. And Riddies is already set up. High ground vision over on this left-hand side.
It is all eyes on the stand-in, honestly, for this one. They need Parker to be auto-attacking and dealing big damage. That's the way they're going to win this.
He's got Mjolnir Hurricane Pike. 15k net worth. He's pretty big.
Nullifier on Kess already. Niku, genius itemization for the game, of course. I think it's really, really, really important against Pugna to protect yourself against the Decrepify saving people. And also the Yule Scepter on Tiny, the Hurricane Pike on Murta. There's a lot of value already.
Yeah. That's been a cool little build. These little incremental items, you know, the Urn for the mid lane, this Orb of Corrosion, then the big items of BKB Nullifier wrap things up quite nicely.
Yeah, I think a lot of items will look good though when you're already kind of owning like they are doing right now. Yeah, I think he could have gone Daedalus and people would be, oh, he's hitting so hard. Like, yeah.
It's such a sick pickup here.
Yeah, sweet build. It is nice though. I like this choice.
BZM could maybe try Yule's Blink out. No, he can't. He's nullified out.
There it is.
Shut my mouth.
He did the thing.
He did. Pressed his buttons and Tiny's dead.
There's also no blinking the moment you get hit, you know, from Kess. The Castaway Katana bleeds for so long. 10 seconds of no blink, 7-second duration, and 3 seconds for the blink.
33 was feeling that all of the attention had been sent over to BZM. He's going to get clicked back to his base. Doesn't die, but still an uncomfortable spot to be in.
This Orchid hasn't really paid off as much as I was hoping for him. And I think the same for in his thoughts, right? Because I haven't seen too many times where people died or, you know, got caught out because of it. And he probably just wishes he had the Aghanims. But now Aghanims is finally delivering.
Radiant's top tower is under
Full
attack.
Aghanims was completed by him, making him a lot stronger in the ulti form.
But again, we've got to play around Parker. Ari offset just behind the Muerta. Gets the D-ward as well, so holds on to the Observer. Vitally important they keep vision around this area because they don't have any vision anywhere else on the map. It's literally the only place that Tundra can play right now is its bottom jungle.
Yeah.
BZM's going quite forward here. Gonna get some daggers thrown at him. Nullified down from the Cyclone. Very low HP. The Stampede forward from PMA trying to catch up to the Tiny. Golem drop. Fatal Bond's out. The Life Drain healing him a touch as well, but Niku's gonna slice and dice. To finish off BZM, Whitemon, Riddies is the trade, but Ari's gonna be the third one to fall on Tundra's side.
Yeah, now it's running time for Parker. Has to get out. TP.
TP home. Oh, he gets the stomp out. 4 down. Niku, a double kill for him, and Brewmaster trying to find something. They killed a Warlock, they've killed an Earth Spirit. Congratulations, Tundra, you've killed supports, but you've been 5-man wiped as NAVI clear you.
Just staring at his favorite wall before dying. Just nothing else he can do, sadly. But he got his target. They got some kills, but you can see the problem in the start of that fight. The Murta pops ulti, wants to deal damage, but BKBs get activated. Pipe gets deployed. You cannot deal damage through this. Murta needs a dragged out fight, or a fight where she has people disabled in front of her. If they get jumped, it's just immediately terrible.
They're already on the high ground here. Pre-30 minutes. Chip away at that tier 3 down to 800 health exactly.
I'm starting to think that Niku heard me. He's like, Daedalus? Yeah.
Oh, did he?
It's coming, yeah. I mean, when you already have Nullifier, your damage is crazy high, so now it's gonna hurt. He will delete people immediately.
Hello there, Mr. Kobold. What are you doing with those little goblins?
Is he gonna drink?
Radiant's top tower is under
Chug.
attack.
Chug.
There's nothing in the mug though. His goblet's empty.
He's
Full of potent
supposed to.
dreams. Whitemon, Ari, again the 2 supports being found and picked on, bullied by Na'Vi. And very little for Tundra to do but twiddle their thumbs and wait in their base as BZM will TP away in the face of Got the Juice.
Hey, you know it's bad when 2 enemy cores are buying Daedalus. That's just generally not a state you want to be in. Weaver is very close to finishing his. And
Super luxury damage items.
yeah, both of them are going for these, you know, oh, you don't have any real requirements to go for something else.
Parker, very greedy down here. Trying to farm out these outer camps. Going to go for the TP,
the roll.
and the roll is coming in. Zayats lines it up, and Parker is being pummeled. PMA here. Niku and Zayats will try and finish him off.
The only reason he caught him there is because he went for this new age Earth Spirit build with Blink Force Staff. Otherwise, he would have been too far.
No Aegis now, but has a BKB and a time lapse to play with. So pops one, holds the other. Nullify again, dealing some serious issues here for BZM as the Tiny decrept and life drain, but now Pugnet's the focal point. TP out by the Tiny, gets him home successfully, but you're TPing out and letting NAVI take free reign of this map.
They're not giving them an inch, Gareth. They're holding everything. This outpost, they wanted to take it back, maybe get a pick off on the other side of the map, but no. No, they react. NAVI are playing together and holding on to the lead. And it is a monstrous lead.
17k, they are playing very tight together. 3 lanes trending towards Radiant Base, so we're looking at multiple lanes of barracks as we drop the golem on the buildings, but Nikui goes in deep, looks at BZM, some big hits and crits there. 11-25, one of the slices from Niku, and that's a Tiny dead with buyback.
Yeah, I mean, it's 30 minutes double Daedalus course. It's just crazy. It should not happen. This is the event that should not occur. They're still thinking if there's some way to turn this around.
And Parker's TPing forward. They've got to do something, and it's got to be drastic. But that upheaval, full channels, going to slow the advance. BZM jumps in, looks like got the juice, but can't get a toss back. PMA holds him with a stomp, and the Echo Slash. I mean, some tremendous damage there from Kez.
Sitting on the high ground again. I think they're still stuck in base as well, and Tundra is the tough part. You fended them off, lost your mid racks, lost your top melee racks, but you still can't even get off your base. Stuck in there.
The fastest Lotus Orb on record.
There we go. Oh, yes. You can pat yourself on the back for
2 matches, 2 wins. Ari, yet again, out in the open, just trying to do anything. Any little bit of breathing room, any wind in your sails that you can get a lane to push, a bit of farm to be had, a ward to drop. Not to be.
Yeah, no, Ari has had a nightmare of a game. He got his Blink Dagger, and then he's had nothing from them. He's got 1,700 gold, so kind of close to an Ether Lens, trying to get towards that. But it's just a dangerous map to go on. Like, any hero can pick him off at this point, other than Warlock. You run into Centaur, you're in trouble.
Like now, obviously, with hindsight, 2020 vision, you're thinking, you know, what if this Tiny had gone for that BKB, or if we'd not had the Orchid from Brewmaster, some of these little item decisions from early on that Tundra wanted to use aggressively. Kind of shooting them in the foot here, but they don't have staying power anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to have the hindsight, but I wonder if there was some other itemization that could have worked differently. I don't think it comes down to items overall, though. I think it's just moves. Navi made a lot of moves really early, and they got value out of their mid lane, where we didn't really see the same coming out from Tundra. Also, the bit of fortunate with the rune control for 6-minute rune, getting a DD rune immediately, and then killing, you know, a 1v1 kill on the mid lane because of it.
The chain reaction.
Yeah, things just worked out.
So then you brought your supports in the fold, they got their level 6s, you got to Roche, you got to Tormentor. And hell, there's another double damage up at the top spot if they want to go and grab it. I think Niku might just find it on his way through. So Aegis on Weaver. A couple of angles to take here. They could finish off top lane barracks, but they could also head on through mid if they want to.
There is the comeback rune here. Parker goes and checks it, sees a DD rune. They're gonna pass the bottle to him. Yeah. Gets the bottle, holding that on the Murta. That's a massive amount of damage. He has the BKB as well. So he could pop off. He could pop off. We need the ideal fight to happen, though, where people are somehow getting stunned up in front of him. And it's not going to be Rasta holding people, I think. It's hard, man. It's hard to get a channel on your shackle when everybody kills you in 1 second.
There's a lot of very quick damage.
It's going to have to be some avalanche, you know, combo that with dead shots. I don't know. It's tough.
This feels like a last-ditch effort from Tundra.
Maybe they can catch Kess alone. He's farming greedily. Rasta gonna pounce.
And there's the Hex. No chance to BKB, but the grip. The geomagnetic grip brings him back, allows Niku to BKB and re-engage. Blows up Ari swiftly, killing off the Pugna too, while Parker's been cycloned, but not stopped. Gets the Hurricane Pike back, holding BKB. Here's the Veil, but stunned and controlled, while the rest of the Tundra team are being sliced down. And now they can come back in for another round. NAVI will surround Parker. He's dishing some damage, though. Got the juice time-lapse, so low on HP, but survives. They've killed him off. Parker's gone, Brew is done, and GG takes us to Game 3.
Discipline all the way through, Gareth. They thought they found a Kess alone, but no. It's gonna be protected again by their spirit, sitting close enough. The grip save. Off meta, but still valid.
Much cleaner from NAVI. I mean, a very crisp game one from Tundra. A good response from NAVI.
Back over to Gagawareth.
Hello.
I can't wait for the next one and see how degenerate and devolved these nicknames get mutated over time. But here we go. Game 3, a close one here between NAVI and Tundra as we get the notorious Parker on his classic Monkey King, a hero that he's been owning with for years back to SADPC as long as he remembers to buy items like BKB.
It's the rule number 1 when you have stand-in players is let them have comfort zone, right? Yeah. That's generally how you play it. And of course with Parker in particular, I think even more so perhaps. The draft, Gareth, I was initially thinking, damn, this is like really close. I really don't have a favorite. And then I was like, maybe Tundra is a little bit favored. I looked at the draft closer and thought a bit more. I ended up working my way away from my initial instinct.
Away from Tundra?
And saying that I actually think NAVI have a bit of an edge. And just like, I would prefer to play in that draft. I think both, it's super close.
Oh, okay.
But they are 4 melee heroes into Warlock, Razor, you know, Queen of Pain if she gets Ags. I see some issues. And also, all these heroes wanting to blink or Monkey wanting to jump on trees. Random damage over time from Warlock, Fatal Bond, Shadow Strike. I see some things that make it uncomfortable, but...
Without any great, like, reset or saving tools as well, right? Like, if people get gone on, that is fight starting.
But like Kessa said, both the safe lanes, honestly, are really disgusting here. You don't want to lane into any of them. I think Razor Warlock also sounds disgusting to lane Doom into. Like, Doom is, yeah, he has Devour. He'll be okay. But, you know, will he be okay? It's a different question.
Well, it is a Doom with triple gauntlet ring of regen. So again, this early item build-up 3-3 has been talking about in interviews. He's going for something a little bit funny there as well. You're spending as much gold as humanly possible to get a ton of stats and regen in lane. But we'll start out looking at this mid lane, because again, we've got this Niku Queen of Pain against BZM Beastmaster, something that you said, you know, you're kind of looking at this and wondering, is this Niku having a different read on this lane matchup, or is there something else going on here, because Beastmaster usually does okay? Yeah.
Overall, Niku did a good job killing off the boars in the previous one, and here he already got 1 kill on the boar. As long as you get boar kills, you're going to be completely fine on Queen. I think the matchup is kind of rough for Queen, just lasted-wise, playing against the boars if he does a good job microing on the beast. But if you have even a single boar die, that can be so painful because they give a lot of experience. And gold for them.
Yeah, and I guess we can look, you know, a little deeper at that as well, because they've picked it several times with the Warlock. So they're really banking on this Fatal Bonds plus magic damage nuke, right?
Yeah.
And even in that earlier game, we saw them contesting stacks a lot, hunting the Beastmaster, finding him by a camp, bonding the Beastmaster with boars and neutral creeps, and then just annihilating him through that raw damage.
Fatal Bonds into a Sonic Wave is an absurd amount of damage, you know, if you get a full bind with a lot of heroes, for sure. And Niku seems confident in the lane matchup. He, again, so far in this game is playing it quite well. 8-1, leading the way in the CS. Gets a bit harder when there's level 2 boars. The damage doubles up on them pretty much.
And BZM has kept one of the boars back as well. And then Ari up at top. Looks like he's trying to contest small camp, try and drag these waves around. Riddy's going to give him the Shadow Word and try and force him back. That does mean that Doom gets complete freedom to do what he wants. Well, down at bottom lane, the Jakiro Monkey King lane, right? The other very obnoxious lane. Trying to deal with the Zayat next assassin. Both NAVI supports buying boots early on.
Yeah, Whitemon didn't go boots on Jakiro. I've seen a few safe lane POS5 supports going boots, anticipating this type of shenanigans, and then just saying, you know, screw it, I'll also have boots so I can chase and keep up tempo. And I've seen pretty good success from that, but instead he opted to go for the heavy regen, heavy consumables, double fair fire on Jakiro. He is, of course, way stronger than Nyx here, though, so Nyx has to keep playing away from him.
It seems like this time around, Niku getting that upper hand over the Beastmaster. 14-1, doubling up the last hits of BZM so far. We'll see if that can continue, but we'll peer into this bottom lane for a moment. Parker Monkey King, 10-3, already zoning PMA completely out of lane. And hell, there's not really lane to be in with Nyx dragging waves around. PMA just wondering where his home's meant to be.
Yeah. And PMA is true to his name, though. I have a lot of experience playing with him in pubs, you know, and he's honestly pretty hard to tilt. Like, he's used to this type of stuff. You know, lanes can be hard. He'll find a way, try and work his way back, but same can be said, of course, for 33, who's already starting to clear in jungle, trying to prepare farm, some stack on the big camp.
Ah, the envenomed weapon, yes.
Region reduction. Big.
Yeah, don't salve and get hit by the Vul assassins. 33 going to try and clear through some of these jungle camps because he doesn't want to lane head-on into that Razor. Again, we've been saying these safe lanes are very, very annoying.
Yeah, this is going to be a struggle town for both the offlaners, but that makes mid even more impactful. The fact that Nico is so far doing really, really well in that matchup.
And Riddies, what's he up to here? Scouting out, seeing if there's any stacks being made. Ari will get one on that camp near the Ancients. No Observer Ward though, so a wasted sentry for now. Does get the deny on the water rune though, so another little advantage there for Niku to get the bottle refill while BZM doesn't.
And he slipped away from that one as well. A toss on the board gets onto Riddies, but with the power of the river, he can just run away from this. No problem.
Float downstream in the wandering whirl. White water rafting. Well, Niku blinks in to a couple of axes and slaps from BZM. Beastmaster 16-2, definitely behind where he was in that previous game. It felt like a much easier playing stage for BZM last time.
Yeah, it was the fact that when they got to the lane on level 1, he has 2 boars, right? You start the lane with 2 boars, and Queen killed the most recently summoned one. The other one timed out, and then he was already off to, you know, pretty rough start for level 1. So, yeah, good identification by Niku, which one to target, which one to kill. Sometimes you put all your efforts into a boar and it's just about to time out anyway.
And there we see 33 with a little trick. If you're not caught pro Dota in a little bit, all the offlaners, supports, everyone's doing it. You get Tranquil Boots, you disassemble, you don't get hit by anything. Make sure you can keep disassembling and reassembling so you can choose what boots you want while keeping that regen going to stay in lane or to stay out on the map.
Yeah, they should honestly fix this. I'm, you know, very, very against it. I just feel like it's so cheesy. But yeah, for now, it's a great way to keep your HP up, even though he trades low.
That fine line between exploit and feature in Dota, you know, so sometimes you're going to cross it to force it. But a good first blood there for Whitemon. Gets on top of Zayats in the kill with Jakiro barely dying to that blood grenade tick, but PMA swiped down on by Parker as Riddies and Got the Juice comes in, but the TP out from the Monkey King gets him back to his tier 1 tower. Ticking down from the Shadow Word. Tango's going to heal him up under the tower regen as well, so he will stay alive. But what kind of life is this?
He has Bounder Strike with level 2 on Jingu. Can heal a bit.
1 Jingu stack. Where's more? Oh, they glyph the wave as well to make sure he can't. Now they're diving at the tower. Parker's dead. Oh, he's been found by Got the Juice. And Riddies will heal him up, while Ari and Whitemon, they want to get this Razor real bad. But he's got Fairy Fire and Lotus. So chasing this is a dangerous task, and they're going to give up on it.
Such a heads-up glyph right there. They know exactly what's going to happen.
And now they dive on the tower for the supports. They know that the bottom lane is lacking here from Tundra.
Yeah, don't want to overcommit too much, but Monkey King did use TP before dying, so he has to make his way back to the lane. Good old-fashioned way.
Nice. He's got Primal Springs, so he can maybe jump across the trees, get onto the canopy, make his way over. But the fighting continues, and Whitemon's the sacrifice.
Yeah, another kill.
Can they
Riddies.
keep this push going?
They're kind of low on resources. No mana on Riddies right now. He's going and grabbing the healing Lotus, trying to get some more resources to keep spamming the heal.
Yeah, they've got to go back to their safe lane to gather up the farm, because 33's pushed his lane up.
Yeah.
And with 7 minutes popping, it's Wisdom Shrine time as well.
Yeah, 33 is getting the Wisdom. He's doing quite fine for himself, honestly. Been farming a lot in jungle, so he's second highest on CS and third highest in net worth. Not what I would have expected, but yeah, 33 just, you know, shows that Doom is a very resilient hero to getting shut down in lane, especially when you know your way around how to farm.
Yeah, and then with the Razor's move, you know, he's level 6, but you've got Doom who's halfway through level 6. So there's a little bit of a gap there between them. And Doom is one of these heroes that absolutely threatens the map against a lot of these Na'Vi heroes.
I also just learned that I underestimated Envenomed Weapon as a farming tool for Doom. He went jungle, it lasts 20 seconds, and it does good damage as well to the creeps. So he just hit every creep once, and just it's good.
I'm a Venomancer.
Yeah, basically.
Well, there's the Fatal Bond Sonic Wave, not quite connecting as Niku would have liked, but with Zayats' arrival, they'll get the catch on BZM, but now the Doom from Doom, 33's here to see the Queen of Pain fall quickly. Parker's arrival should secure it, while BZM's Roar gets another bonus one. 33 with a double, Zayats into the Roche Pit, but Boundless Strike will stop him in his tracks, and Doom, a triple kill.
Wow, what a join by 33. And then back to farming, you know?
The Envenomed Weapon.
Yeah, that was what caught them. Queen just getting a bit too close there. Gets punished. This build on Queen is something else too. Wait, what?
What's she got? What's she got? What's she doing?
Tower is under
Is that his, or did he grab someone else's? He's got a soul ring.
Queen of Pain.
Oh, Queen?
Interesting. We were talking about Soul Ring earlier on. But, yeah, this is a good item, but yeah, not seen it on a co-op in quite some time.
I cannot remember when I've seen, if I've ever seen the soul ring build, but does give him a lot of mana, I guess. Curious choice.
33, he's going to get that golem dropped on his head. He's pretty quick on his feet, but not when he's stunned up and drained of all that damage through Got the Juice's Razor. So they get a double kill. NAVI sweep through that top lane. I feel like there was a period where we had safe lane, like safe lane Queen of Pain and safe lane Storm with Soul Ring.
Yeah,
But that was like a flash in the pan,
But
momentary.
And Storm is very different than Queen, I feel, but
Yes.
I was wondering if he's gonna go Greaves along with this to get the HP healing and, you know, basically roleplay being Storm, but no, he's going Power Trade still. Just a casual Soul Ring for more mana.
Interesting.
I mean, Queen is very mana dependent to get her farm going early on, but still quite rare to see this.
And usually we'd be looking at, you know, like a mana burn or something like that, right? Where you need that extra burst of mana, but not much of that going on here.
No, it's just farm rate, I guess. It's cheaper than buying a Kaya and gives you the mana you want.
Well, Parker activating early. Let's see if anyone slips up. He makes his move up north. So swapping lanes around a little bit here, keeping the Jakiro bottom to defend the tower, playing through BZM with Aurora. I'll find PMA, who is trying to cut waves and push this bottom tier 1.
Yeah, that's an important kill for BZM as well. You want to get this Aghanim Scepter as fast as possible in Beast because that's the accelerating point. Until then, you feel kind of slow, you don't farm that fast, Aghanims comes online, and you're just tripling your farm rate. You're going absolutely crazy. Of course, will also enable them to take Roche if they ever win a big fight, once he has that. For now, though, we see Nyx kind of hanging around mid, grabbing whatever experience he can. Wants to get level 6. 11 minutes in, only level 4. Not going to be that easy for him to sneak around and do what he wants to do on Zayat.
How many Soul Rings are we going to have here? Tiny's buying one, Doom's got one, Queen of Pain's got one. Everyone's buying it.
The new item.
In fact, what's Doom's item build going to be this game? Because he likes buying auras. He's got this kind of drums thing going on.
I know one thing. He's not going to sell a bunch of items this time because he's playing Gluttony. You know, we don't have the whole item trading thing back and forth. This is a gluttonous Doom, so you'll be getting a lot. Looks like Bongo Boots is going to be the start. The Boots of Bearing. That's the first one. Got the drums already, and 1,000 gold, 680 more, and he will have the bongo.
There's a lot of options, right? Think about Blink, BKB, Pipe, whatever it might be. Lots of ways to go for that Doom. And then Parker getting his Echo Saber.
Yeah, aggressive choice for sure. I think he realizes that late game, they are quite strong. They have the Doom to prevent healing. They have, you know, a lot of damage coming between them. So he just wants to be capable of taking over the early game.
It's a 4-man gank on the mid lane. Zayats from the right-hand side, got the juice with Riddies from the left. No escape for BZM as he gets pincered around his own tier 1 mid. And with the golden drop, that's another easy push for NAVI to keep this momentum going.
Yeah, nice move. And they also dropped some deep vision during that, so have vision on the enemy triangle. Already picking it out.
The map does get a little smaller here for Tundra. Got to be wary of NAVI with these big ultis.
Sitting on the high ground. Niku has quite a bit of HP though.
Tiny combo inside the macro pie. Yeah, not enough. Niku still with 400 health remaining and a Fairy Fire to play with.
Yeah, just
Even need it.
a little bit later and they could maybe have tossed to the Doom and gone Doom onto the Queen, but not quite able.
Well, now instead, a boundless strike from Parker can set up a kill on the Warlock. Quite a simple one there to gap close onto Riddies.
Moving a lot of heroes for these kills though. Meanwhile, Centaur is just farming away. Racer hitting creeps somewhere, but maybe too aggressive.
Yeah, pushed out this wave quite far.
He's got the Yasha though. He's really fast. Not easy to catch.
408 move speed with the Windlace.
Even has the Neutra item ready. The Cobalt Cup.
Is it quickened? Brawny. Big fan of that quickened cup.
Yeah, speed is important.
Another wraparound here, straight on to 33. Doom is dispatched with, got the juice, still at half health, gonna drain all the damage out of Parker. The Monkey King arrives, gets the Wukongs off, but then dies. Couldn't swap to a statue, couldn't change the guard, and Niku with a double kill taking out 4 of Tundra in quite an unexpected fight, but I guess everyone's gathering for that 40-minute shrine.
Yeah, they thought it was a good fight because they had the sentry down, get the vision on the Nyx. They're like, oh yeah, we can get a fight going here, but instead it turned around. Beautiful sonic wave coming into everybody there. Big damage.
It feels like Tundra have had the wind knocked out of their sails. Much slower than they were in game 1. NAVI have picked up the speed as they just keep moving into these spots and finding core kills. Yeah, that sonic wave pushed them both back.
Yeah, and Parker kind of got stuck on an island as well, just next to a Centaur, Queen, Razor. You basically fight against all 3 cores.
And BZM is like, guys, I'm forming Ags in the mid lane. I'm not joining top.
It's just too early for the timing. He does have the Aghanims completed now back in live, so he does have the Axe and can start contributing in the fights, because outside of that, you're just a roar. But now he can have the continuous damage throughout a fight.
Good damage onto Parker. No finishing blow or anything with just the 2 of them here, though.
That's a haste rune.
Surely you don't go diving this. Niku's definitely toying with the idea.
Yeah, he's playing up on them, and Zayats is nearby.
BZM does have Roar available, but Zayats moves in to scout them out. The toss forward can get blinked back out by Niku.
Golem?
And Riddy's gets the Golem down before the Roar arrives. Macropire spent to try kill the Warlock off, but now it's free reign for the Queen of Pain. Jumps at the Parker in the back lines, finds the Monkey King, and a simple swipe down by Niku. Parker's done for. Zayats and Riddy's the supports of the trade. Ari trying to toss the Queen of Pain back in, but Whitemon's dead, and Ari's going to follow him into the grave here. Na'Vi bring the numbers in. And hero by hero, they find the pickoffs for Niku.
Yeah, fighting back, trying to turn.
Careful with his Sonic Wave ready. Tundra can't really continue this fight.
Oh, Navi in the end win the fights handedly. I just had a little bit of a giggle because I was watching it from Zayat's point of view. He had cooldown on his Spike Carapace, but he wanted to set up, so he ran next to a Beastmaster. Basically just died to the Beastmaster drums without actually clicking anything.
Oh,
Zayat's kind of just died. But you know what? It's fine. I think he tunnel visioned a little bit too hard. Didn't realize, yeah, existing hurts next to just being near Beast.
The kinetic energy of Beastmaster is banging away. Got the juice. Getting very close to that BKB. I would love to stick around and farm here, but Tundra have brought everybody bar BZM to deal with that top area of the map.
Ari trying to sneak in, drops a deep vision, but not gonna find a Razor.
33 is going to go for that pipe. So the Bongo Boots into the pipe, try and build up these auras. And look for this mid-game fight around all the items you stack up.
Yeah, it's the same build as the Batrider, a similar purpose. You just run people down. Doom is very similar in the sense that he gets on top of you and runs next to you, and then you die.
Puts fire on the floor.
That's the Batrider MO right there. That's how he does stuff.
Whelp's left side, don't stand in the flames, don't stand in the fire.
Yeah.
And PMA is going to try and drag waves around, double up the lane creeps here with his little Warpine Raider, the Acorn holder. So it has drawn the attention of 33 and Parker down here. So we know that Na'Vi can play through top. They've got some very good deep vision there. Double dire wards watching enemy ancients and behind the top tier 2. Unfortunately, that vision doesn't see anything right now. So probably a sweep through mid and maybe a go on Tiny.
Sometimes seeing nobody can be enough to know that, okay, we can enter the area. They have the BKB coming out for Razor, so he's going to be looking for a big fight. The most farmed on the map. Nope. No blink build on the Beast as he's queuing up the Shadow Blade, by the way.
A full Silver Edge, yeah.
Yeah. BCM, perhaps. I think all of them are kind of having, you know, this realization that Blink is going to be difficult to use here in this game. As we mentioned at the start of the game, where Warlock, Shadow Strike, and so on.
Oh, the best part of Warlock. Go and do it again, Riddies. Yeah.
Is he pumping it?
Well, Beastmaster bangs his drum, and Riddies is like, mine's louder. Drop mine on Ari. Zayat is in there with his freshly purchased Blink Dagger as well, so Niku can come and deal the damage onto the Tiny. Maybe deny on neutrals, fatal bonds. Yeah, far too much damage.
Yeah, very nice. Just cut whoever is there to leech the experience and then start pummeling away at the tower. Golem can easily tank this for quite a while.
It's been a while since I've Tundra falter in a couple of games in a row at the same weak points. Getting run at by Na'Vi, non-stop sweeping moves across the map, getting this younger side a lot of key objectives and really putting the pressure on Tundra.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the 4 melee heroes can be a bit tricky to play out. You need items to solve the positional errors, because you saw the team fights that they lost. A lot of times they were just staying too close to each other, got multi-hero Sonic waved. It's not easy to have good integrity in your positioning when all of you are basically the same effective range. If you're a lot of melee heroes, you want to go in.
And you're like highly committal as well, right? With Doom, Beastmaster, Monkey King, once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
You focus a target, you want a dogpile, right? You're like this dogpile team, get onto somebody, but then you get the big fatal bonds and the big combos from NAVI landing.
Yeah, that's where I think NAVI has a more harmonious draft in that sense. They have these range heroes, and then they have Warlock, who's like half melee hero, if you can't call him.
There's way more back and forth. Woo. And right now, BGN's going to feel it. Blown up by Niku. Zayas wants a high five, but no one's going to give it to him.
You know that Shadowblade can be a backfire as well, because you're buying Shadowblade into Nyx, who's going to run around with this Nyx sense. You might just run into him.
Right. Well, 33's going to chuck the Doom at PMA. This is a bold move by the Doom. Going to cyclone him back in towards danger, but that's a very tanky Centaur. Walking through the fire and the flames and outside of the Wukong's command, while Niku steps forward to kill off Whitemon. 33 does TP out there, but Monkey King going to jump across, change the guard, statue jump, and get on the canopy to TP home.
Yeah, they cannot catch him. He's going to be fine, but that was costly. You used this big, long cooldown ulti in Doom, and Centaur just shrugs it off. I don't even think he dropped below 600 HP. Completely fine.
He's going to be back to full in a moment as well. Healed back up by Riddies.
Yeah, his HP regen is pretty absurd, just with the pipe as well. They're in very firm control, and this gives Zayat some time to sneak around now. Looking down bottom, not going to find anybody. Looks like he's heading over to the gate, perhaps. Try and scout the top area.
Can BZM solo this? Tiny has Blink and maybe could catch up, but Niku has Blink.
There's a lot of ultis being used, but...
nothing gained.
I mean, I'm not sure, dude.
I mean, Quop spent her Blink. That's a cooldown expended, right? Nari's going to show off his Blink debut here with an avalanche toss onto Warlock and then a run away into Golem drop. Big fatal bonds placed as well. Niku's jumped in. Do we have the Sonic Wave? Not quite yet. Just the right clicks and the screams while the Tiny's being clicked by PMA. Plasma Field and the damage from the Got the Juice will finish off Whitemon. And again, Tundra support's falling short while Niku finishes off BZM. 33 on the run to the northeastern side, but he's being hunted down.
He's got TP. He has to try. Oh, he's going to get stopped.
TP.
Trying to force.
Nah, he's in trouble here. Stunned up, caught inside the Roche pit.
Oh,
Navi
no.
saying, can we just go for this? Maybe not.
Not really. Their Roche is pretty atrocious, so gonna just keep farming, but they found 4 kills. They're just hunting them down. Tundra very lost on the map.
I just like the sequencing of Tundra seems off for the last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, they are, of course, like we keep going back to, playing with the stand-in. It can feel weird, communications can be, but you have to have a solid foundation in your team. If you have been around as long as they have, surely it's not that easy to throw a wrench in how they normally operate.
Navi have for sure picked up the pace in games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
They are feeling themselves, and it's just this, difference in expectations. We expect great things from Tundra with the way they play, but this has been off-kilter for the past 30 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't take anything away from Navi. They've done a great job here. I think it's important to recognize that.
And again, we just see them. You walk into these, you keep mentioning, right, these melee heroes. You go in, you commit, you dogpile on someone, you try and toss them around, you get triple fatal bonded, chased down until the cows come home. And Niku's having a great time.
Down bottom, back in live. We have stuff posturing.
Avalanche toss on Razor into the Wukong's command. Throw him back into Parker here, but PMA with a stampede and the BKB from Got the Juice allows them to turn around and get back onto the Doom. Whitemon's dropping quickly to this Razor now. They Doom up the Razor, but the Sonic Wave clears through 3-3. Parker does get Riddies.
He can't jump.
Spree, but he can't jump, and he's going to get stunned. Oh, not quite. TP's cancelled. Parker's going to get focused, and eventually he'll die. Maybe he can get PMA on the way out, but the body blocks there from Got the Juice. A beyond godlike Razor, and Navi running away with this now.
And what did they get? They got a Warlock. It's all they got. He did get 702 gold for that one Warlock. So.
And he's the best hero in the game.
Yeah, he is that too. But yeah, ultimately these fights, it's just rough. The Razor showing how tanky and survivable he is. He gets tossed back into what should have been a clear kill, but Manta plus BKB plus the poor man's shield even does a pretty good job saving you in the Wukongs.
And across the board, we've not really felt the impact of these Tundra cores. BZM's going to try again with Aurora, the solo kill this time on Zayat. And sprints away from the Queen of Pain, who appears in that top lane.
Yeah, Nyx is considerably squishier than the Queen of Pain. Sitting at less than half her HP. A more manageable pickoff. That's a go time though. They know Roar is down. Doom is still on cooldown.
PVISION's pretty quick on his feet, but got revealed for NAVI.
She's got Gem. Gem on Queen.
Oh, you're right. So they can keep tabs on him. Good spot there, and a golem onto the Tiny to stop any avalanche toss plays. Ari's going to feel the pain there as NAVI quickly move on to an objective.
Yeah, this is where the Shadow Blade or full Silver Edge can feel really rough. I'm curious why he decided to go for full Silver Edge upgrade on Beast as well, a second item. It feels so early, but yeah, it's going to be rough into Nyx Sense plus the Gem.
Like over BKB. I mean, of course, we talked about the versus Shadow Blade, but like BKB. The
Blink
Hex.
plus BKB is cheaper than Silver Edge. Just to put in, perspective, it's a big item. Actually, it's about the same, but it's a very big investment. It's 5.7k gold for getting a Silver Edge, and I think you basically need a real right-click hero to get value out of it.
Yeah, and then if we think about, like, as the game progresses, we love this Beastmaster who has, like, Blink, BKB, Hex, Refresher, right? So you kind of throw away some of that potential later.
Nyx got eyes on them, bringing his Queen over.
A quick and easy one over on the Jakiro. Doom on the Nyx Assassin, but he scuttles away. And 33, he's got 4-staff TP, quick Hurricane to high ground.
Sneaky.
Very well done by him, but he's left Parker out alone in this bottom area of the map. A jump stomp from PMA catches him on the correct statue, and the Monkey King, where's he jumped? Up to the north, dead anyway.
I think it's still true, right? If you right-click him before he jumps to the next one, the targeting will lead your hero to the next target. It automatically runs there, but a lot of times you're not tanky enough to stand in the Wukongs, so you kind of panic. But I think if you just leave the right-click after you clicked him, it auto-hunts him, yeah.
It reminds me of the old PL days when he had that Invis doppelganger, or juxtapose, whatever it was called, the Invis spell, and you could see the red circle of him.
Doppelwalk.
Doppelwalk,
yeah.
That's the one, yeah. So you would right-click him before he would doppelwalk, and you'd see the red circle on the floor of the Invis guy running around.
Yeah, he's going here, guys.
Go on.
Maybe ping for your team. But yeah, they're cracking everything here, Navi. Getting good pickoffs, playing into towers, taking tier 2 bottom.
And stopping Ari from doing this wave cutting and attempt to control the map.
Yeah, and again, Queen is coming nice, spiky before the toss. Guarantees a stun.
Yeah, well done by Zayat here to set it up. Can we look at the KDA of this Queen of Pain and Razor? They're both beyond godlike, right?
Yeah, she's, I mean, 11-0-7 and then the 12-1 and 9. This Queen of Pain is all over the place, but Got the Juice has really delivered in this game too.
BZM got scanned and Zayat is quickly on the hunt up there. But gone through the twin gate, no longer a target.
Yeah.
Now Razor has a massive, Razor and Queen of Pain, both beyond godlike heroes, have some massive items arriving to deal with Tundra's tools.
Yeah. They are trying to hold on to map control though. BCM took the long route to sneak his way down bottom, trying to stay on the field. And they have ways to cut the creep waves. Using him, Monkey King, they can play, guerrilla warfare here. You gotta get out there and do something at least before the inevitable happens. Roche is going to fall. And they're starting it now. Navi, the courier gets killed because Roche gets mad at it.
Oh no. Poor little guy.
It did its part. It delivered the Lincolns. She's fine. So she has a protection against the Doom, against the Beastmaster. Pretty amazing Lincoln's game, actually. There's not many ways to trigger it without, using some random hero.
And raise the same story. Double Lincolns for the Navi side.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. For Beastmaster in particular, he doesn't have a way to deal with it. I think 33 is gonna be fine. He can always get a creep. He has a Hurricane even that he can use to break Lincolns. Yeah, exactly.
Does have some tools. Oh, but BZM trying to finish off his BKB. Looking for these areas of the map that aren't inhabited, but Zayat on this Nyx Assassin is very good at tracking back and finding them, while on the other side of the map, a Stampede and a move from PMA and Got the Juice. They're on to 33. Niku's trying to gap close on him. The TP cancelled out. What a Sonic Wave through the damage of this Queen of Pain.
Everything is just clean from them. The small details, right? The spiky before the toss, the stampede before the doom. They're always getting these little spells out first.
The one-up.
Yeah, they're always getting ahead. And Tundra, they're just so down and desperate now.
Now, they're being pummeled out of this one. 30-11, 13k lead, but it's this push up to high ground.
It feels worse.
Unkillable cores. It feels like the Queen of Pain and Razor are like, untouchable. gods among men.
She does not have BKB on Queen, though.
Doesn't care. Doesn't care.
Nope.
Dives into tier 4s with PMA to kill off Jakiro. Toss up the Centaur into the Wukong's command. Parker trying to stand his ground and fight back into this, but being drained of all his damage and forced under his tier 4s to safety.
Doom is respawning, but doesn't have ulti. This is why they're so confident. They know that he doesn't have it. Toss up the tower, though.
Oh no, he doesn't get into Fountain, and the stuns are there. Tiny caught out.
Oh, God.
Down you go. Parker's gone. This might just be it. PMA is killed by the Fountain. That's all that Tundra will find, as Niku can blink back to safety.
He's farming damage, padding his stats right now on the Queen of Pain. All those acronyms he uses.
And no giving up. Gonna hold out in this game 3. You've lost the lane of barracks. It's not all over yet.
I like it. You have to show some tenacity here, even though everything is terrible. You know, 1 out of 100, maybe you can come back from these shitty situations, and that's the legendary games that you got to play for.
It was the anniversary of that SFZ Cloud. Was it? Oh my God, who was it? Cloud9?
Yeah.
The two.
Exactly.
The 2-year-long game.
Yeah, the super long one. Yeah, also had a 4FC, had the similar game. But yeah, they have Midas, they have Doom with Devour, you know, you gotta look at the bright side in these situations. They're kind of scaling.
Not heard that name in a while. 4FC, 4 friends plus Krilly.
Exactly. The good old team.
Good old Swedish boys. And NAVI prepping themselves for an attack on the jugular here, it looks like.
I think so. They're cutting across, looking for Beastmaster again.
Centaur's just going to TP over to the outpost.
Yeah.
Sees them, gets vision on the Beastmaster, says, hello, howdy, how you doing? Force BZM away from the Ancients, while the rest of the team starting to pivot here with Zayats.
They weren't quite close enough. Nyx is trying to find him with the smoke plus Vendetta. He can run behind and see if he finds the smoke break.
Zayats is clever.
He also finds a few flowers. He's going to pick the flowers instead. Well, picked 1 flower. Parker,
BKB Desolator.
he hears the stampede. He's like, nope.
Does, but he's gone into the Lotus Pool and been found by Zayats. Next assassin, came through the Twin Gate to find the Monkey King.
Yeah, that's the bigger kill. Beastmaster would have been good, but getting the Monkey King, he's like the one hope to turn this game around late game, and he's the bottom farmed core.
Wherever you go on the map, danger lurks. Whitemon might be feeling this one the hard way, but
Satanic on the Razor as well now. If he was hard to kill with the Lincolns, how do you ever deal with Satanic, Lincolns, Aegis? This man has layers and layers of protection.
it's an onion. He gets tossed back into tier 4s. There's 1 layer gone.
Okay.
The papery outer skin layer of the onion has been peeled off, but just like Shrek, there are many more.
You got to get rid of the bad first layer if it's you know, really bad.
The little white filmy layer and then the squidgy bit.
Unless it's one of those really good ones, you know?
Nice shallots.
I know. He did not care about the tier 4 tower toss. That did not bother him at all.
Now straight to barracks. Another lane here for NAVI to claim. And bottom lane is pretty open for them too. All these little imp golems gonna run towards Parker.
Beast is trying to finish a diffusal so he can break the Lincoln Sphere so he can actually roar someone, because he still can't roar anyone he runs into unless someone else helps him. He can't break Lincolns.
Riddy's trying to get the rhythm of We Will Rock You, but he needs someone to get the clap. We need Zeus in this game to get the boom, boom.
Need a visual of the Shaker, you know, standing on the scene at TI.
Bang, yeah.
One of my favorites, you know, every TI.
There's a salve in the river. There's a moving salve.
Oh my.
Science very close to a Radiant Sentry. They saw him there, right? They know he's there.
Oh, yeah.
So Ari's going to get the jump toss back. Nice pick off with a 2-man stomp. PMA gets the opening down with a big bonds and golem on them. Parker, Tundra trying to get back in. Oh, the supersonic wave! Parker's going to get cleared out. Very close to dying. He's inside the Wukong. Jumps to a statue, but Niku dives the base, gets the finish.
I think you're right, Gareth. I think they like the Fatal Bond into Sonic Wave combo.
I think they do.
Damn. That is dangerous.
That's a massive damage. And now you're Sans Monkey King. No Tiny for quite some time, so Mega Creep's on the menu now as NAVI look to finish off this final lane of barracks. Tundra going to go for a final move in their death throws. Pop the Lincolns, try and do what they can. Some spells bounce back with the Doom thrown in. BZM is all stunned up and caught in the upheaval, and 33, he gets tipped and GG's called. The Lotus Orb and the Lincolns too much to handle, and NAVI take the series.
Yeah, not with a bang, but with a whimper they go out in this game that they held on to for as long as they could, but it was Navi all the way. They played this draft really well and used their advantage.